Oh, am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, you can swear. Just try to keep it as on the lower down of things, but yeah, you can swear.
All right.
And we're
Excellent.
back. Hello, everyone. With me, I have Andrea Rovenski, who's gonna
Are we
do
live?
Chex Quest. Yeah, yeah.
Is this? Can they hear me?
Yep.
Hi. That's great. I love
Yeah, it's
being
awesome.
heard.
It's really awesome.
So, this is Chex Quest, the penultimate breakfast. Pretty cool.
It's looking cool.
I'm ready to go whenever. So,
Yep, just give me a countdown and I'll start the timer.
all right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. So this is Chex Quest, the penultimate breakfast. But my name is Andrea. I speedrun Doom. Today, however, I am playing Chex Quest instead because it's the same game with different textures. And Chex Quest, if you don't know, and you really should, so consider, doing heavy research into the history of video games if you were not aware of Chex Quest previously. But Chex Quest is a cereal box game released in 1996. And it's pretty cool. It's a game, and it's a clone of Doom in the literal sense. It's just all the textures and stuff are replaced with non-violent gameplay. Although when you really think about it, it's kind of violent. But this is a megawad. If you don't know what a megawad is, it is a full-length, complete level set for any Doom engine game. And of course, like I said, Chex Quest is a Doom engine game. And this is the penultimate breakfast, which to my understanding, and I've looked many times, this is the first actual full-length megawad for Chex Quest specifically. So I could be spewing disinformation, it's possible, but I've searched, couldn't find another full-length megawad for this. So as a result, I decided to make it myself, and this is my game. So, hope you enjoy it. And this is a UV Max category. I don't remember what the difficulties are in Chex Quest, so we just call it UV Max, because that's what we call it in Doom. But it's basically the highest difficulty where enemies don't respawn, and doing a 100% run where enemies are respawning all the time is kind of impossible. So instead we do it on Ultra Violence, which is the second hardest difficulty, where there's a lot of enemies, to say the least. And, gotta kill them all. You need to get 100% kills and secrets in this category. But of course, I made this, so I know where everything is, so it shouldn't be that hard. I also want to say I only slept 1 hour last night, and I injured my back. So, hopefully, hopefully that doesn't impact my gameplay here. But we'll see whether or not it does. So the first episode of this 8 episode, yeah, that's right, there's 8. Can you believe it? I can't. I personally can't. I can't believe it. But the first episode is kind of a remake of the original Chex Quest. And as the episodes progress, I tried to make each episode have its own unique theme. And the thing about Chex Quest is the original game only has 5 levels. It's very short. This has 40 levels. But because the original only has 5 levels, and this is a WOD for the original, there is a Chex Quest 2, and I did not use any of those assets. But because this is a set for the original, there is a very limited amount of monsters and textures available. So I recolored a couple just to spice things up, but a lot of this is going to look pretty samey. These guys are hanging out right next to each other, having a little party. Don't worry about that. Almost forgot this rocket launcher, but I didn't, thankfully, so that's good. Hopefully I remember to save at the start of every level. If I don't, that could cause some problems. So, pretty cool. Let's hope for the best. I don't have the red key yet. I should probably get that. Yeah, that's the blue key. Oh no. Oh no. I got the blue key. I want the red key. What's going on here? You got a lot of teleporting monsters. I don't know if you can really even call them monsters. It's kind of hard to call them monsters, but I'm gonna try my best to do it anyway. And so there's teleporting monsters. Oh, I don't have the red key yet. I forgot. I have the blue key. I gotta go get this. All right, I got the red key. Lots of keys. You know, does anyone collect keys out there? You know, that's a hobby. You know, people collect stamps. People collect video games. I collect keys, you know? Sometimes you find them on the side of the road, on the sidewalk. Sometimes you find them, you know, just randomly. There's keys everywhere, you know? You just gotta be on the lookout. So, I'm a key collector, both in and out of video games. One of these days, I will melt down all my keys for raw material in the post-apocalypse, and I will have the most raw materials for keys out of any human being on Earth. That is my goal in the future. As far as the chat room goes, I'd like to look at the chat room more, but it's kind of hard. This game is a little fast-paced, but if anyone does have questions for me, you know, I don't know if there's anyone in here or if any co-commentator wants to pop in with that, but you know, I'll try to read in between levels or something if people have questions. Here's another secret. You just walk through the wall. Ha! How cool is that? There's a wall, but you just walk right through. There's 2 switches there, because one opens a trap. And, you know, took them a little bit to spawn in. You know, good old Doom engine. Throwing you for a loop once in a while. Gotta keep things interesting. So I'll use giant key rings. See, I would love to answer that question, but in the key collecting community, we kind of keep a lot of that information secret. And one of the reasons is, you may be surprised to know about this, but there's a lot of key thieves out there. You know, there's a lot of people that collect keys, and instead of finding them like a regular person, they steal them from other people. And so as a result, we're kind of secretive in the key collecting community about what we use to store our keys, you know, where we store them, what kind of keys we have. So, you know, I'm afraid I cannot answer that question in the chat. I apologize. But here we got the plasma gun. It's called like the phasing Zorcher. I don't know. I don't really, even though I spent multiple hours making a Chex Quest game, I don't really remember what any of these guys are called. So, I just call them by the Doom equivalents. So, you know, you ever play Doom? Has anyone ever... I usually speedrun Doom, but, you know, I was thinking about submitting Doom to this marathon, and I went with this instead. I don't know. Maybe I should have done both? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know if that's allowed, but anyway. But I do mostly speedrun Doom, so if anyone likes Doom, me too. You should be friends. I keep switching to guns I don't have ammo for. I put these guys on the desk because, you know, it's kind of cool. They're just standing up there, minding their own business. I mean, not really, because they're shooting at me, but don't worry about that. I should probably grab that. So hopefully people in this chat room are animal enjoyers. Personally, I'm also an animal enjoyer. This is Max the dog. He is the overseer of Chex Industries, and that is canon accurate because Chex Quest is abandonware, so I can make up any lore I want and it's official. So shout outs to Max the dog. Got this cool waterfall. I'm not gonna lie, you know, there's only like fucking... I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I should have, I don't know. But there's like 13, 14, something like that textures in this game. And the waterfall looks the nicest. So I tried to use water as much as I could. Just because it really is the best texture in this game. It looks beautiful. It looks better than the water texture in Doom. If I'm allowed to say that. I don't know. That's a little bit of a... It's controversial, maybe? I don't know. Alright, there's 2 guys left. And, you know, we got, you know, this source port allows us to look at where the enemies are, so... Or, you know, at least how many are left. You know, we can't actually look at where they are specifically, but... There's one more. They're running around. Maybe I'll find them. I hope. Maybe I won't. That could cause some problems. Could cause some issues. Maybe they're in here. I don't know. Oh yeah, they are in there. Hey, buddy. All right. All right. So each episode is 5 levels because I based the episode structures off of the original Chex Quest. So we're about to enter the last level of the first episode. Once again, there's 8. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different episodes. So we got a long ways to go. But yeah, the first episode, like I said before, is kind of like a remake of the original Chex Quest. And then the subsequent episodes are kind of like an expansion, you know. So I created my own kind of lore, you know, remade the first game in my own vision, and then added extra story elements. You know, there's not that many, but there's 1 or 2, maybe 3 story elements that I put in here. I don't remember, actually. I released this, like, I don't know, 7 months ago? So, I don't actually even know anything about this. I'm just kind of winging it. I haven't even played this in, like, maybe 2 or 3 months, but, hey, I made it, so I hopefully remember where everything is, right? I don't know. We got the phasing Zorcher. I'm not a huge fan of using it here, but I'm also not a huge fan of using the slower weapons here either. So, you know, what are you gonna do? Am I allowed to advertise myself? Is that legal? I mean, I don't know if anyone's here to tell me no. But you can subscribe to me on YouTube.com. I'm not really a streamer. You know, this is I don't really stream, so this is I'm new here, but I do have a YouTube channel, and you can find me at Doom Speedruns. That is my YouTube channel name, Doom Speedruns. I also post Chex Quest too. You know, I could have made a new separate channel called Chex Quest Speedruns, but I didn't. I just post them all on the same one. So hopefully no one's offended by that. You know. So we got a big cave section coming up here, but I want to make sure I've killed all these guys. There might, yep, there's one there. Sometimes there's 1 or 2 guys stuck in here. Okay, no. I need a permit 2 days in a, oh shit. I'm sorry, you just cut that part out. Alright, so we got a big cave. I'm gonna save here, you know, just, you know. You ever make a game and then you suck at it? That's kind of my philosophy with making games. I like to make games that are challenging for me. And you know, as a Doom speedrunner, the original Dooms are not very challenging. So whenever I'm making kinds of stuff like this, I'm always trying to improve my own skill level at the general speedrunning of the game with the levels I make. So a little hard. It's not easy. I mean, it's the easiest episode. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Episode 2 was pretty easy, but still pretty rough in this last room here. There's a lot of these little chambers here in the original Chex Quest, you know, which, you know, again, this is like a remake. This specific 5-level episode is like a remake of the original. But in the original Chex Quest, they had these like weird, bizarre like rooms that I tried to emulate, and so they look really ugly. That's one of the other things about Chex Quest is the texture work. The textures themselves mostly look good, but when it comes to like the alignment of textures, you know, it's pretty horrible in the original Chex Quest. So I tried to carry forth that kind of vibe. I wanted to be as close as to the original game as possible. Anyway, that's episode 1 of Chex Quest: The Penultimate Breakfast. We got a little text screen here. I'm not going to read it for you, so you can read it yourself if you want. It's possible, but we got 7 more episodes, so I don't have time to read this. I mean, I do, because it, you know, it takes time for it to type out, and I could have, you know, well, whatever. Anyway, I'm going to the 2nd episode now. This one is called Journey to Planet Bazoik. Yeah, you might be wondering, what the hell is Planet Bazoik? Well, I said the same thing when I was playing Chex Quest, and I was like, oh, it's the planet Bazoik, right? That's what it is. And that's where Chex Quest takes place. And so, but in the original Chex Quest, you don't actually really visit anything other like than the caves of Bazoik, and then, you know, just like kind of bases. So I wanted this episode to be like all outdoor, like kind of the surface of the planet itself, to kind of just extrapolate on like, you know, what the environments of this world kind of looks like. So once again, I really looked to find other Chex Quest levels out there. There's a couple like short, you know, one-offs and like, you know, like 2 or 3 level map sets. And then there's a bunch of levels that are just conversions from Doom levels, which I don't really count that. And so I came up with all these different themes all by myself. And so I do reuse some of the themes. There is another episode where we're on the surface of the planet, but, you know, again, there's only like -7 textures in the whole game, so I'm trying my best. The spoon, I don't know, has anyone here played Doom? Where are the Doom fans? Well, in Doom, there's a power-up called the Berserk. Not to be confused with the Bazoik, which is the planet. I know, can you believe this? And the Berserk gives you a bonus damage to your fist, which is the weakest weapon in the game. But there's, you know, there's a power-up that makes it like the strongest weapon in the game, you know, besides the BFG, because that's cool. But in the original Chex Quest, there is no Berserk power-up. But again, this is just a literal Doom clone. So all the code from the original Doom game is still present. The only thing missing was a sprite to get the Berserk power-up to work. Otherwise, you know, it would just be invisible, which doesn't really help anyone. So I had to make a little bit of a sprite, and yeah, I got the Berserk in here. It's pretty cool. But instead of the fist, we got the spoon. And the spoon is cool. I'm going to use it right here. Even though it's a little slower, you know, using guns would be better here. But I'm gonna stick with the spoon, you know? Let's see how this goes. This is a damaging floor. I'm slowly dying. I'm using the weakest weapon in the game, but, you know, we'll see how it goes. All right, I'm alive. But I've made a fatal error, it seems, and I left 2 monsters back earlier in the level. I might die here, actually. Oh, man, I died. Can you believe that? Wow. Let's try again. Let's try again. We're going over estimate. It's already happening. It's a disaster. Just shut it off. Just shut it down. Get someone else to play it. My goose is cooked. I gotta make sure I kill all these guys. Sometimes they get stuck on a lot of these jaggy edges, you know? Whoever made the jaggy edges, I'm not gonna lie, a little bit of a dumbass, you know? Like all these little, you know, like look at this. Like a monster can just get stuck right there. Like what the hell's going on with this level design? It truly baffles the mind. One of the other things about this megawatt here is that I actually tried to make Chex Quest like difficult, like I was saying before. Chex Quest is like notoriously like the easiest thing in the world. Besides possibly tic-tac-toe, maybe tic-tac-toe is you know, slightly easier. It's possible, though the jury is not really in on that. So I tried to make this like as difficult as like a standard custom Doom level. You know, well, you know, it progressively gets more difficult over time, but I would say that this episode here, episode 2, is where it kind of gets a little bit more difficult. However, the caveat is there's a lot of guns to pick up that can really make it easy in the later half. But, you know, I'm not in the later half. I'm in the former half. Or the whatever. Is that the correct antonym? I'm not sure. Are there any linguists out there? Any linguists that want to... What's the antonym of ladder? In this context, you know, maybe there's multiple antonyms. Does anyone know? Got a breaking news announcement. I missed an enemy again. Wow, believe this. Holy moly. Alright, where is this punk? Yeah, look at that guy. Alright, this is the part where I die again, because my radiation suit ran out. Just kidding, trolled. Alright, we're going in. Alright, so this is E2M2. This is maybe one of my favorite levels in the game. I don't know, like I was saying before, I love the water texture. It's probably the most beautiful texture in Chex Quest, so I tried to use it a lot. And this level is just like, just a bunch of water, you know? I like water. Anyone out there drink water? Any water fans in the chat room? Any fans of the Fangames? Where are all the Fangame fans at? Anyone? This is me trying to be funny and failing. So, hopefully you don't cringe too hard and turn the stream off, because you know, that wouldn't look good on my resume. Got these guys standing on boxes. It's pretty cool. You know, I said that maybe like 7 or 8 seconds a little late, but I said it. So that's really all that matters. Yeah, this map is basically just one giant open arena with a bunch of these guys that shoot like mucus at you. I don't really know what it is. It's kind of gross, actually. Like this green snot ball. Like, what's going on with this stuff here? Yeah, you know. Got a little couple rooms here, you know. Can't have it just be one big open space. You gotta have a room or 2, possibly 3. In fact, I think there are 3, now that I think about it. Maybe there are 3, I don't know. I should know, I really should, but somehow I don't. I noticed someone in the chat said it's weird that this is a cereal-based game, and instead of milk, it's water. But the Chex warrior is the main character, so it is cereal-based. However, the Chex people, they're not like they're actual people. You know, like think about okay, so like they're humans equivalent in this universe. So the idea of eating the Chex people, I don't know about that one. A little gross, you know. It's like kind of like cannibalism. When you really kind of stop and think about it for a moment, it's very similar to cannibalism. Which, just to be clear, I don't endorse cannibalism. I'm drinking coffee right now. I know I talked about drinking water earlier, but I'm a hypocrite. What are you gonna do? This is called the slime pits. You know, whatever it is, whatever word. The trick? I don't know. Whatever. Of this level is that most of the level does damage to you over time. So it actually motivates you to speedrun. If you ever watch someone play this for the first time, they hate this level because they keep dying because they don't know where to go. Personally, I love torturing new players. If someone has never played any of my games before, to me, like, that's fresh meat for the torture machine, so I like doing that kind of stuff. Here we got the BFG. You know, we had it earlier, but there's more guys to kill, and we only get it here. Well, in the first episode, it's on the 5th level. Here, it's on the 3rd level, so we get a lot more action with the BFG. I don't remember what it's called in Chex Quest. I think it's like the Large Area Zorcher, but don't quote me on that. Or, I mean, you could quote me on that if you want to write a hit piece. You know, that would be a good quote for a hit piece, but I hope you don't do that, so. But I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Just call it the BFG, you know? Let's not mince words here. The only thing I like to mince is garlic. Are there any garlic fans? Not to be confused with Garlic, the character in Dragon Ball. You know, I don't know if there's that many garlic fans in that context. But when it comes to the allium, you know, I like alliums. I consider, you know, this is a food-based game, so, you know, I'm just gonna go on a bunch of food-based rants. So, there you go. Does anyone here like food? I like food. I haven't eaten any food today. I'm fasting. You know, I do that when I do speedruns because it's fasting. You know, you abstain from eating for a period of time. But in the speedrun, you want to go fast. So, I'm fasting. Get it? Huh? Pretty good. Pretty good. You gotta give me that one. It is pretty good. Come on. Alright, so there's like one guy left there he is. There's one dude left in the exit area. But yeah, like one of the reasons why I said this episode might be easier than the first episode is just because you get the BFG so early. Coming up next is, I forget this one, Barons of Bazoik. And remember when I said earlier, like, you can't just have one level that's just like a giant open space. Well, you can, and it's this one. So, check it out. It's a giant open space. Look at that. Like, you ever think about, like, you know, you're making a game, and it's like, what's the easiest way to get a lot of work done without trying too hard? Just make a giant open space, you know? You know, we're on the surface of a planet. It's a big open space. You know, most planets don't have buildings everywhere. Maybe some of them do. I don't know. Earth does, I think. Maybe. Did anyone read about those exoplanets? Maybe they got buildings. That'd be kind of crazy, wouldn't it? Exoplanets. Am I right? Anyway. Check this out. Max the dog, once again, mid-lick. He is making sure that we're behaving ourselves here in the speed run. So right now I'm just kind of walking over, getting ammo. You know, I like ammo. But also, like, when you get certain areas and go to certain areas, it loads in monsters to kill, and this is 100% run. So you might see me kind of run over a bunch of empty space. I'm just trying to activate the monster spawns. I got a secret there. You might not know why or how. And I'm gonna keep it that way. If you want to know how, play the game yourself. I don't know what to tell you. There's more guys over here. Look at this. Dead. Technically, on the lore of Chex Quest, you're not killing them. You're zorching them to their home dimension, not home planet. But these green dudes are from a whole different dimension. You know? That's a little weird. What's in that dimension? I don't know. Is that dimension even real? Maybe not. But they certainly didn't really tell us in the original Chex Quest, so I kind of just made it up. You might be seeing like these little like kind of plus signs on the ground. You know, these. You might think that that's health. It's actually not. It's bullets. Can you believe it? The health are salads. The little plus symbols, yeah, they're bullets. Right? What the hell? What were they thinking? This is the boss of the original game, like these wall guys. They're just walls. They're supposed to block you from hitting the exit in the original. But I kind of just put them all around, you know? I love using walls as enemies. It's a pretty cool concept. Just a wall that shoots at you. It's neat. You ever get shot at by a wall? I have. It's not good. Now, granted, I shot the wall first, and then the bullet like pinged back at me, so maybe I deserved it, but still be careful when you're shooting walls. So this is the big baddie on Bazoik. You may not know this. I'm an alliteration fan. Where are the linguists? Are there any? I don't know. Now you might be wondering, who's the big baddie? There's a big baddie? Whoa! Right, but again, we got the BFG. And fortunately for everyone, I did not save any ammo, so I got to do this the long way, so that's cool. This is the big baddie. It's a big snot monster. It's kind of gross to look at. Like, when you really think about it, like, ugh, what is that thing? And they put this in a kid's game. Like, they were selling this to kids, like these gross snot monsters. Like, what's going on here? What were the... Was there any quality control? The answer? No, there was no quality control. All right, that's episode 2. Does anyone have any questions? Yeah, salads are the health, because the developers, you know, let's be honest here. This is the 3rd episode, by the way, is the secret labs of Chex. So more story will unfold here. But let's be honest, like Chex, not only does it taste like garbage. I mean, hey, let's be honest here. Elephant in the room. Tastes like complete garbage, and it's extremely unhealthy for you. Like, there's really no quality to the materials of the ingredients, right? So, you know, the developers of Chex Quest, you know, they knew this. So instead, they made the Chex the people, and they made the actual healthy foods. You know, they're trying to incept the kids to want salad instead of cereal. Now, granted, in order to get this game in 1996, you did have to buy the cereal. So, you know, but hey, you know, we got 50%. Look at those, got air ducts here. Pretty cool. You know, trying my best here. There's not many textures to work with, but we do have air ducts. So I tried to use them. Little trees there. Or, you know, whatever you want to call them. Gotta press that switch at some point. Might as well do it now. There's another berserk spoon over here. I got no ammo for anything, so I'm gonna... Uh-oh. I almost killed myself there. It might not have been obvious, but it should have been. Alright. We got some invisible dudes. Pretty cool. They don't appear in the original Chex Quest, but, like, once again, this is just literally what they did was copied the original Doom game and stripped out most of the assets and replaced them. So, like, the programming is still there. So there's invisible enemies in Doom, or enemy, there's only one. So the programming is there for them to exist in this game. It's just that in the original Chex Quest, they never used it. Alright, we got that guy. Almost died. I don't want to talk about it. So hopefully we can just move past this moment in time. When we speedrun Doom games, the intermission screens don't count. You know, like we use in-game time. So I'm accustomed to, you know, taking a little 5-10 second break in between levels. I know technically I'm on a timer here, you know. Probably shouldn't do that, but hey, you know, what are you gonna do? Can't be perfect. This is the electric boot spork. I don't really know what a boot spork is, but this one's electric, so that's pretty cool. The sugar rush spoon? It could possibly mean that. I'm sorry. I have short-term memory loss right now, so I don't remember what I said to get that comment to appear in the chat room, so I apologize. I'm a horrible host. Truly the worst. And I'm honestly ashamed. I'm considering just cutting my losses and running now while I still have the chance. But yeah, this is, you know, it's the secret labs of Chex here, so I tried to make it look like a laboratory. You know, does it? You tell me. I don't know. Maybe it looks like a laboratory. Again, there's like -7 textures in Chex Quest, so I tried my best here. Let's press the switch, that could be useful. Got some ammo. I love using, like the vines as like a walkthrough texture. I love the idea of the player having to just, you know, get through some vines, you know? Maybe whip out a machete, cut them to pieces. It's not really possible. The Doom engine's from 1993, so they didn't really have that. Also, I forgot to put that vine texture on both sides, so... Whoops, this is the first time I've seen this. So, you know, amateur. It's a real amateur hour. I don't know how they let this in the marathon. This is embarrassing. I should also say this is like my first marathon speedrun in like 7 years, so I'm a little rusty. Hopefully everyone has their tetanus shot. Tetanus shot? Pretty good, huh? You didn't see that one coming. I'm a strong believer in not patching games, personally, as a speedrunner. I've been a speedrunner for, I don't know, 11, 12 years, something like that. I hate when games get patched. So, even if there are glitches, and there are a couple that I know about, in this, I refuse to patch them. Because doesn't matter to me. A glitch is just a feature. Also, as a speedrunner, I love programming glitches into my games. So, that is another fun thing to do. But again, this is a 100% category, so you're not going to be seeing skips or anything like that. You know, maybe I could show a couple if I finish Underestimate, if anyone wants, but it's not that important. We got some more guys here. Suspicious. Well, the problem with fixing missing textures is that with Doom speedruns, we use demo files. And demo files require the game file to be like exactly the same. Otherwise, they won't play back. They'll just desynchronize. So when it comes to making any changes, most changes, even stuff as small as texture fixes, can screw up demos. So it's a fun fact for all the Doom non-enthusiasts out there that want to be enthusiasts. But again, I'm playing Chex Quest today. So if you want to see Doom, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want. You don't have to, but you can. I would even say you should, but I'm biased, so don't listen to me. One thing about the music in this game is that for the first 3 episodes, again, the original game only has 5 levels, and so there's only 5 songs. So I just used those original 5 songs throughout the first 15 levels here. I'm not sure how audible the music is. I hope it's audible. It's pretty good. You know, we're doing pretty well with the music here. But as we progress into the second half of the game, the music does get a little bit more interesting, so... Got a little secret here. I knew where it was because I put it there, so good for me. Can anyone hear my keyboard clacks? Is that... I got a mechanical keyboard like a year ago, but I don't really stream, so I'm not really... Is that like a thing? Do people hear keyboard clacks? Is that like good or bad? I don't know. People say they like it sometimes. Can you hear that? You know, maybe I could play the whole game like this. You know, just so, you know, it makes it seem like it's so intense. Like, whoa, man. Look at that. We got another cyber demon here. Well, you know, Lord Snotface or whatever the hell they call him. I don't know. Just kind of letting them run around and shoot the other monsters. In Doom Engine games, there's a feature called infighting, where enemies can shoot and kill each other. So I like to let this guy kind of, you know, just let him cook a little bit. Let him fester. You know, possibly even ferment. Does anyone like fermented foods? Anybody? Fermented foods? Fermentation? Well, it's time to get the Buffga. And then use it on everything but the Cyber Demon, because I'm good at games.com. Yeah, I should probably save in case I make a mistake, because this guy can kill you in like 1 or 2 shots. But I think it's cooler if I don't save, you know, because now you're on the edge of your seat. You might think, oh, death is possible. I try to remind myself of that every day. I gotta keep myself sharp and vigilant. Could die at any moment. In any context. I could have a heart attack right now, live on stream. You never know. It's happened before to people. Could happen again. Probably won't. I think my heart's alright. I got a decent heart. You ever hear people that go, I got a heart of gold? I don't. I don't have a heart of gold. Personally, I wouldn't want to have a heart of gold. I prefer to invest in silver. Huh? Silver? You know, it's like gold, but it's not really, you know, it's just a metal. You ever play Pokemon Gold and Silver? Anyone? Pretty good. Pretty good. Anyone? Where are the Pokemon fans at? Alright, now I'm just running around collecting some goodies. I love goodies. Making sure all the guys are dead. Looks like they might be. They might be dead. Are there 2 guys in the exit or 1? I don't really remember. Oh, I think there's 1. So there's 1 guy running around somewhere, causing me some trouble, making my speedrun not as good as it could be. It could be a lot better. Oh, it's just, you know, it really could be. I gotta wander around and find this last guy. Oh, and they're in the air duct. How did that happen? I don't know. Some genius created a level where a monster can get stuck in the air duct. Like, what? How is that even possible? Depends on which food ferments. It's true. It does depend on it. It's a correct statement. I've been looking into homemade tempeh recently on the subject of fermentation. Hey, I'm playing Chex Quest for like 3 hours here, you know, come on, give me a break. But anyone out there ever tried tempeh? Look at these guys, they're trying to ambush us. And by us, I mean me. You're not playing the game. Well, maybe you are. I don't know. You should. It'd be pretty cool if people played this, you know? And then, wouldn't it be cool if you did a speedrun of this and then showed it to me? That'd be cool. I'd like that. Does anyone want to do it? That'd be fun. For me. I'm not guaranteeing it will be fun for you. In fact, it probably won't be. But it would be fun for me. Huh? Oh, I'm dying there. It's all over. So once again, this episode is called The Secret Labs of Chex. Like, what were they hiding that the original Chex Quest didn't want to show you? And so here we have what appears to be some sort of experimentation chamber, and these enemies are stuck in like containers of water. Are they alive? Are they dead? Are they being created by the Chex people? Is it an inside job? Find out on the next episode of Chex Quest: The Penultimate Breakfast, which is coming very soon, because this is level 4 of the 3rd. I'm gonna save here. It's very likely I'll get killed. Yeah. I told you. Look at that. See, that's the thing, is like, I can be as terrible at the game as I want, but as long as I announce it beforehand, it doesn't, you know, doesn't look that bad. Could be worse. I could have not announced it. That would have been pretty bad. I would have looked kind of silly. But I did announce it, so I'm good. I'm set. Speaking of announcing things, I have an announcement. And that is all. Got another one of these guys in a small, confined space, you know. It's really easy to kill a cyber demon in an open space, but, you know, gotta make it a little tougher, you know. Got a little space here. We have the pipes on the ceiling. Anyone look at those pipes? I put those there. You know, what's in the pipes? Probably the water that's supplying all these weird, like, tubes or whatever. I mean, they're not really tubes, but there's something. There's something going on. It's called environmental storytelling. Oh, I killed myself. It's called environmental storytelling. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of losing it here, so I'm gonna let the cyber demon kill those guys and then try again. Why is it penultimate and not ultimate? The original Doom, released in 1993, is called Doom. So bear with me here. And then there was a sequel in 1994 called Doom 2, Hell on Earth. Now, the original Doom was only purchasable via the mail, called a mail order game. You had to, like, send someone a check in the mail. By the way, there's Maxie. He's a dog. And so, as a result, in 1995, they released a retail boxed copy of Doom 1, the original Doom, adding a 4th episode. And the original game is called Doom, but the retail version is called The Ultimate Doom. And personally, I like the word penultimate. I think it's pretty cool. And then it also lets me make a sequel, you know, in the future, or a prequel, the anti-penultimate breakfast. You know, all of these are possible. So, like, right here, you got a little cheese spot. You know, I like cheese. Sorry to all the vegan viewers out there. I apologize. But, I eat cheese sometimes. I try not to. You know, I feel guilty about it. You know, they say cheese activates opioid receptors in the brain. You ever hear that before? You know, that might explain something about the cheese thing. The whole cheese situation. Got a yellow key there. There's a yellow door right here. Alright. Alright, this is episode 3, mission or map. I like to say map, but once in a while I throw mission out there just to keep people on their toes. Episode 3, mission 5. So again, every episode is five missions. Not maps. I mean, some people call them maps, but I like to call them missions, you know? It's a lot more, you know, I'm going on a mission, you know? Sounds like, you know, you're in the CIA or something. And maybe you are, if you're playing this. It's possible. I don't know. There's another walk-through wall. That's a common secret thing in the original Chex quest, so I used that a couple times. Just walk-through wall secrets. So with this section here, we have these like ledges on the sides. And up on the ledges are monster teleport spawns. And in the Doom engine, we have the ability to teleport, but then that also can apply to monsters. So often when you want to add monsters to an arena, you can have them spawn outside of the arena and then teleport in when you press a certain event or switch or something. But for this, I kind of put the... Usually it's like out of the map or something, so you can't shoot them while they're spawning in. But here, I tried to put them on the ledges so that in the speedrun, you can just kind of kill them while they're spawning in a little bit easier. So that's cool. You ever see that before? Probably not. I mean, you probably haven't seen any of this before. I don't know. Does anyone out there watch Doom WOD playthroughs or speedruns? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe you do. Maybe you're an expert. I'm not sure. But it's pretty cool, you know. Now we got the blue key. Let's go in here. So I'm a huge fan of Wolfenstein 3D, and I made this area a little bit reminiscent of Wolfenstein 3D. We got a little bit rectangular rooms. We got the vines going on, you know. Any Wolfenstein fans? I've never played any of the new ones, so I'm not talking about you, but feel free to raise your hand anyway. I don't know. I also like in one of the tropes in Wolfenstein 3D is having like a room where there's like small items littered all over the floor. That's another thing I really enjoy. You know, there's nothing better than opening a door and just seeing a shitload of goodies at your disposal. It warms the heart. You ever hear about the term heartwarming? Like, do you really want your heart to get warmed? I mean, you know, you want it to be at your internal body temperature, but do you really want it to be warmed any further than that? That could cause some serious issues. I don't really know what I think about the term heartwarming. All right. That is episode 3, everybody. Is that good? Are you having fun? I hope so. Are people watching this for enjoyment or entertainment? I hope. But I also, part of me hopes not. You know, because this is certainly not entertaining. So, you know, if you're here for entertainment, you're not going to be here for long. So we're going episode 4, Return to Planet Bezoik. You know, technically the whole game takes place on Planet Bezoik, but, you know, when I say Planet Bezoik, I mean, like, the non-industrial sections of this fictional planet in the Chex Quest universe. So, this is episode 4. I would say that this episode here is a turning point for difficulty. I won't say any more, but you'll see what I mean momentarily. If anyone has questions, comments, or concerns, Q-cock, as I like to say, questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to levy them in my general direction. You know, you don't want to be too precise, just my general direction. I'll pick up on it, don't worry. Yep. Just playing some Chex Quest, huh? Pretty cool. Running low on ammunition here. Probably should go get some. That'd be good if I had bullets. I guess technically they're not bullets. That's too violent, but I'm gonna call them bullets anyway. Why not? They're bullets. What are they gonna do? Sue me? It's abandonware. Can't sue me. Alright, so I got all these dudes. Gotta run all the way back around because expert level design. Look at all these trees. There's so many trees. Look at this. There's trees everywhere. And water. It's almost like that's all we really have to work with here. It's almost like that. How did I end up here? Says not underscore important underscore underscore. That's a good question. I don't know. To be honest with you, I really don't know. I would consider asking your parents, if they're still around. Maybe they would have some insight. But I certainly do not. Almost died. No big deal. Save just in case, you know. Gotta save the game. I might die, guys. Oh no, I might die in my speed run. It's not good when you die in your speed run, by the way. That's like the worst thing in the world with a speed run. In the Doom speedrunning community, we use demo files. I said this before. But one of the catches or caveats with the demo format in Doom is that you cannot use saving and loading. Obviously, you know, for a marathon run, I'm not trying to go for any demo records or anything, so I am using saving and loading. But when you do a multi-level run in a Doom speedrun, you got to do it without dying. That is a mandatory feature, which adds a lot of pressure that I feel a lot of other games do not possess. Oh, this fucking guy teleported away. I hate when that happens. We got a Berserk on Bezoik. One thing I enjoy about Chex Quest is that most of the monsters are just extremely weak. So it's just really fun to just like mow them down with a ton of ammo. I'm usually not very stringent on ammo when I make Doom levels or Chex Quest levels. I like the idea of people being able to miss as much as they want for the most part. Though sometimes I do like ammo starvation. That's what we call it. Starvation. You ever deal with ammo starvation in video games? How dramatic. You know? I'm starved for ammunition? Oh, really? Take some more coffee sips here. Once again, I only got 1 hour of sleep last night, so, you know. What do you think so far? All right, E4M3 Mineralizer. This is the first music track in the game that is not sourced from the original Chex Quest. If anyone out there knows where this song is from, let me know. I know where it's from. But you might also. It's possible. It's very likely, even. I'm gonna save. It's probably a good idea. It's a little secret, and we have an invulnerability power-up. Like I mentioned before with the Berserk, the invulnerability is not in the original Chex Quest, so there's no graphics for it, but because, again, this is just based on Doom, all the programming is still there, so all you need to do is add a graphic for it. So I just used a Chex Quest graphic that I recolored, so you don't get it confused with with the same graphic of other power-ups. So shoutouts to recolors, by the way. If anyone out there is a fan game creator who sucks at art, you know, recolors, man, they breathe life. You can do so much just by changing green to blue, you know? It's like a whole different game when you do that. It's crazy. Shoutouts to Luigi from the Mario and Luigi games. I've only played the first one. Not gonna lie, I didn't really get into the DS too much. Sue me. I apologize. But shoutouts to Luigi, man. I empathize with Luigi in Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. He's always getting made fun of. Always getting bullied. Always getting attacked. Always under fire for nothing. He didn't do anything to deserve it. What's going on with those guys? So this is like the first level in this game that I would consider a slaughter map. In the Doom community, we refer to any map that has like a bunch of enemies on screen at the same time We refer to that as a slaughter map because you're slaughtering large amounts of baddies. And so this is like the first kind of slaughter map of this set, and there's a couple. So, oh, almost killed myself there. So brace for impact. One funny thing about Chex Quest is, once again, it's just the Doom engine, but they just didn't use everything. In Chex Quest, there are no crushers. That's what these moving ceilings are. They're crushers. But the crushers make a specific sound when they're active in Doom. But in Chex Quest, because they never used crushers, they never bothered making a sound for the crushers. So instead, they just copied and pasted like a generic enemy noise. And so that's why you're just hearing the wah, wah, over and over again. I could have probably modded the sound out myself. But whenever I see people play this and they cringe out and they get really annoyed, it brings a smile to my face. So I left it in. It's part of the original game. You know, I can't compromise the vision of Digital Cafe or the developers of Chex Quest. We got an invisible guy here, you know, just gotta make sure. Always gotta verify the kill, you know. I'm gonna go around and grab some ammo just so I'm fully stocked for M4. Alright, I actually think I got all the goodies. Okay. Wait, I'm lying to myself and the audience. Okay. Now we're good. Question, semicolon, from Phoenix Doom _N. If Isabelle is to Doom Guy, which Animal Crossing character best matches with Fred Chexter? Oh man. I've never played Animal Crossing. I've never seen any footage of it. I'm sorry. I don't know how to answer that question. I'm sorry. So this level is what we consider in the Doom community a Tyson map. Not to be confused with Mike Tyson, even though the category of Tyson is named after him. And what that means is basically melee weapons only. So there's no ammo in this map, but for a secret. But because I'm doing a multi-level run, I have the ability to carry rounds over. So in a multi-level run, this level is a lot easier than if you're doing it from a fresh start. And again, in Doom speedruns, we use demo files. So like we can, you know, load any level and record a demo on any level. So there's a lot of individual level speedrunning. I would argue that even most, like 99% of Doom speedruns are individual levels. So this is just a completely different difficulty experience depending on whether you're playing it in one sitting or whether you're loading the level individually. So I like that kind of stuff, you know. Everyone's going to experience it differently. Oh, this guy's trying to kill me. That's unfortunate. I'm out of rockets. Also not good. Another invulnerability, which opens these guys. But I'm going to try to rush through here, have them shoot each other, which is always fun. Let that ferment for a little bit while we go in this room. Get the yellow key. Maybe it was the red key I got. I don't know. When you have invulnerability, the screen looks like this. It could have been any key I got. Now you should say I should know what key it was, considering I'm the one that put it there, but hey. That was like 7 months ago I put that key there. I don't remember. Probably better off not playing Animal Crossing. Well, damn. Looks like I dodged a bullet. Is time from 7 months ago even real? That didn't happen. See, this is something I think about a lot. Is the past real? Or did we all just wake up today for the first time in bodies that have brains, that have memories, that were put there by aliens. Who knows? I don't know anything. I'm not a scientist. Look at this switch here. Look at that. There's a switch. Whoa, what's in here? Check this out. We got Max the dog. A little pixelated, but he's a dog, all right. A little tennis ball right there. I remember this day. He was playing with the tennis ball. I was throwing it around, and then he just fell over. Had to take a nap. So took a picture, and now it's here in the game. How cool is that? Interesting. Forgot to press a switch. This one, yes. I always forget about this one. Why did I put it there? I don't know. In Doom Engine games, there's a feature called Infinite Height. It's a little bit of a misnomer because there is some amount of height variation in Doom. But anyway, enemies that are flying, you can kind of get stuck below them. Does anyone know where this music comes from? That's the thing about making, you know, any kind of mods for anything, is you can kind of just get away with stealing other video game music, and no one's really going to do anything about it. Please don't sue me, Capcom! So this is a big, beefy slaughter map. We got 2,000 enemies here. I'll make you join my men. Not much to talk about. I mean, we've killed like, I don't know, 3/4 of the guys already, and it's only been like a minute. Pretty cool. Wham! Oh yeah, look at this. Just, they're all dead. You know, Chex Quest wants you to think they're being zorched back to their home dimension. In reality, they're getting zorched back to something much worse. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say what it is. It's just, it's horrible. It's horrible, the conditions that they're getting zorched to. I wouldn't want to get zorched. Just, you know, doing a deep breath. Anyone ever do a deep breath? It's pretty it's really healthy for you. While we're on the subject of health, eating all these salads in Chex Quest, just take a deep breath. I was, you know, exaggerating my sound there just so you could hear it, but it wasn't that deep of a breath. It was like a mid-tier breath. You know, maybe 4, 5 feet of breath. Oh, got shot in the face. That's not good for anybody. They're getting sent to Newark? Oh, Jesus. That's a good idea. I'll make that in the sequel. Chex Quest goes to Newark. Taking down that last guy with a little bit of pizzazz. I like the word pizzazz. It's got like 5,000 Z's in it. And I love a good word that has like a bunch of Z's. It's my favorite letter, really. You know. Think about like, you know, Mega Man Zero. You ever play those? Dragon Ball Z. Pretty cool stuff. Everything that has a Z in it. It's cool. I don't know what to tell you. Oh! Oh, apparently I've... Oh, I'm on the wrong page. Okay. Let's try that again. Pizzazz. And 15 other words you should say frequently. Because I'm using saves and loads, I'm just kind of doing this like the sloppy fast way that relies on RNG here. Basically, if these guys shoot me, I die instantly, right? So I'm just trying to do it. Otherwise, I have to lure them out, you know? And, nah. Just gonna do it this way. Oh! A little bit of bad gameplay from me. Not gonna lie, everyone. I haven't really played Doom in like 3 weeks, so... Some people, they practice for marathons. I am not one of those people, so I apologize. But in my defense, it's literally just random whether or not they're going to shoot you, so. We got this guy here, and we got a lot of spacesuits. What's going on? Why do we have spacesuits? See you in my dreams. Coming up next is Chex Quest Goes to the Moon. Episode 5. And once again, shoutouts to recolors, because this wouldn't be possible without recolors. I got stuck here. Can you believe that? I'm gonna try again. I just made everything white, and now we're on the moon. Huh? Because you know, I just made them all white, and that's what the moon is. The moon is white or gray. You know, that's what it is. You ever see pictures of the moon? I've seen a couple photos. Pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know Chex Quest was up there. So the gimmick, if you will, with the Chex Quest Goes to the Moon episode is that whenever you're outside of a building, you're slowly dying because you cannot breathe. And so that's where these radiation suits come from. They kind of look like space suits in Chex Quest. You know, in the original Doom, they're meant for like walking over acid and lava and stuff. But in Chex Quest, they kind of look like space suits, and that inspired me to make a space episode. So here we are. And I recolored the waterfalls to be yellow because, as we know, well, if you know, you know. Let's just put it that way. And maybe you don't know. Maybe you feel left out. Maybe you wish you knew, but I can't help you. Unless you're building a time machine, I can't help you. Oh, I died. Huh. That's a shame. Let's try again. Am I allowed to go overestimate? I feel like this is going a little poorly. I hope the marathon organizers don't yell at me. I'm gonna get a tongue lashing. I'm gonna get banned from the marathon for this obscene gameplay. I was watching what was going on before this run, and well, I think I'll be fine. Let's try this again. This time, I'm gonna run around here and grab the rocket lawn chair real quick. I got a new lawn chair recently, and day one, bird shit all over it. Day one. I'm not even joking. And now I don't feel like cleaning it, you know, because we're going through this, like, hot weather. At least I am. I don't want to sit out there and clean bird shit in the heat. And I'm certainly not going to do it at midnight. So, thanks a lot, birds. Is Chex Quest the original a Doom fan game? You could consider it a Doom fan game. It is. They did get permission to use the engine. So, you know, if that violates your definition of fan game, whatever. But, I mean, they were fans of Doom, and that's why they wanted to make the game in the Doom engine. So, yeah, you could call it a fan game. So, really, this is a fan game of a fan game on the Fangame Marathon for fans of the fan games, when you really think about it. But I wouldn't think too much, because thinking, well, it can get out of hand when you think a little too much. I try to limit my thinking. Outsource it to as many other people as possible. Let them do the work. One thing I really like about the original Chex Quest, if you look at the HUD, which stands for Heads Up Display, for all the gamers out there, did anyone know that? Little trivia bonus. If you look at the HUD, you'll see like a Q with a lightning bolt, and you'll see like the Chex logo. Now, in the original Doom, there's vital information on the status bar there, but in Chex Quest, they just cover up and delete the vital information to put the Chex logo. So, for example, where the Chex logo is tells me where all the tells me what my ammo counts are for every weapon that I have, and instead, I just get to look at the Chex logo. So when you think about it, Chex is actually Doom but harder. You know? Pretty crazy. Oh, I'm out of that. I'm out of this. Am I out of this? No, I'm not out of that. See, that's the thing. I wish I knew what I was out of, but they wouldn't let me. I'm just stretching my arms. Once again, we're on episode 5 out of 8. I don't know what my timer's at. I'm not really keeping track of that, so... This is E5M2, out of this world! Literally, we're on the moon! We're out of this world! I guess we're out of that world. I guess we're still in this world. When you really think about it, I kind of fucked up the name, because this is where we are now, in the present tense. And we're not out of this world, we're in this world. So, whoops. Wow. In retrospect, you know, not good. The thing I like about this level is there's just a shitload of guys flying around. I wouldn't necessarily consider this a slaughter map, but like maybe like Proto, you know, like short kind of. I mean, there's a lot of guys, but there's not that many guys. Well, once again, the gimmick with the... Oh, shit, that's a shame. The gimmick with the moon episode is that you have to deal with the radiation suit, or, you know, there's spacesuits here, and that has a timer that prevents you from taking damage. So in the original Doom engine, you know, there's, you can make any floor damage you, but it's usually used for, like, acid or lava, like I mentioned earlier. But that action can be used for any floor in the game. So I just made all the floors that have the outside textures damage you, and that way you need to get the spacesuits. So what that means is that this is kind of on a timer, and you know, I'm a speedrunner from way back. Started speedrunning a long time ago, so I love timers. I love being on timers. I love getting pressured to do things quickly, and I love failing under pressure. I don't love it, but I do it often. I often fail under pressure. And you know what they say, actions express priorities, right? So, I prioritize failing under pressure. It's not good. I got a problem. You could even argue it's an addiction. My brain has been rewired to fail at all times. It's kind of pathetic, but hey, whatever. I'm doing my best, okay? So as you can see, these guys are floating around in, I don't know, spaceships, I guess. I don't know what these things are. What are they? Does anyone know? I'm gonna die here. This is not good for anybody. Just kidding. I'll be fine. But yeah, like I was saying, this level's basically on a timer because there's a limited amount of radiation suits. But when I did, you know, I'm pretty good at Doom, right? So what I did is I tried to do it as fast as I could when making the level, and then I just added 2 extra radiation suits, you know, just in case you're not as good as me. I don't want to make it too stringent. You know, a little stringent. Is stringent the right word? I don't know. Maybe it's not, but I think it is. Stringent. Kind of sounds like a food, doesn't it? Stringent. Does anyone want to have stringent for breakfast? I haven't eaten breakfast yet. I said this before. I'm fasting. So I'm fasting because I'm going fast in the game. So I'm fasting. So I'm not eating any stringent. Just killing these guys, you know, pretty fun. Oh, running out of my timer. I love gameplay. I'm a gameplay connoisseur. Let's go grab another one. It's like when you're playing Crash Bandicoot and you're going for the time trials and you gotta break open the fucking number boxes that give you extra time. You know, it's kind of like that. Not really. Anyone ever play Crash Bandicoot? Pretty cool. I mean, other games have done that, but the one I thought of, Crash Bandicoot. Almost done with these guys. One of the things about this level is it's mostly kind of rocket-based, and the rockets do splash damage in like a radius. But one thing about Doom is that all damage is basically random. So the splash damage is kind of random. So you want to kind of aim it as good as you can, but then also just hope you get good luck on the damage rolls. Also, I can't breathe. I'm dying. Please, I need a spacesuit. I need oxygen. The Chex people need oxygen. Maybe they need like methane or something, you know? I don't know. I don't know what they breathe. But either way, I can't breathe out here. It's not good. But now I can breathe again, so we're fine. Everything's good. Gotta clean out the fridge here. You ever clean out the fridge and then like you find some like monstrosity? You know? Maybe in a drawer somewhere. That's just like, oh, what the hell? When did this get here? You don't even remember buying this item. There's mold. There's dead flies. Has anyone ever experienced that? This has me wondering if anyone has done a level pack for Doom where the main gimmick is time-based. I mean, that's basically what this is. It's Chex Quest instead. But yeah, I mean, that has definitely been done before. That is not... Well, fun fact, you know, I am the most active Doom speedrunner in terms of different levels that I've speedrun. So out of all the Doom speedrunners, I think last time I checked, I've speedrun the most different kind of areas and different levels and different categories. So I do know a lot about the Doom modding scene. And I can tell you, as a matter of fact, that there are plenty of levels that are time-based. And they're cool. You eat the food that you buy? That's interesting. I prefer to eat the food that other people buy. That's my preference. Saves me money that way, you know what I mean? But hey, you do you. With collectibles for additional time and separate from health. Yes, I have seen that concept before. There's all kinds of actions in the original Doom engine that you can use for timers, like crushers, you know, like the ceiling coming down to the floor. And then you can have, like, for example, also in Doom, you have the item called the barrel, which is an explosive barrel. And so what you can do is, for timers, you can create a really tall ceiling, and you can place a barrel under that, and when the barrel explodes, when the ceiling crushes the barrel and the barrel explodes, that explosion can wake up a monster that can activate a trigger that can, you know, do something. And, you know, if it's a time-based level, right, like, it's probably just gonna end up killing you when that happens, right? But there's ways to, like, you know, make it so that if you press a switch or something, or activate something, you can increase the amount of time you have, or something like that. So that's very possible. I've seen that before. And presumably, I will see it again. So I have a secret here that gives you a bunch of ammo and invulnerability, but it also spawns in a bunch of these guys, you know? I like a player finding a secret and then going, ooh, wow, and then immediately regretting it. That's, personally, I'm a huge fan of that. Horrible gameplay. I'm not gonna pull any punches with everybody here. It's not my best. I mean, it's probably not my worst either. I've been speedrunning Doom for, like, I don't know, 10, something like that years. So I was a lot worse before. So it's not my worst. But it's certainly not my best. And, you know, for that I apologize. I'm mildly disappointed we haven't seen a Spider Demon replacement yet. The reason for that is because I suck at art. And so, there is no Spider Demon, and I suck at art. So I'm unable at this moment in time, or at least as of 7 months ago. I've been practicing art, but when I made this, I sucked at art. So, I could not create such a monster. But hopefully if I do a sequel, I can be better at art and do that. That would be great. So once again, I'm missing one of the monsters. They just got caught on something. I don't know what, but something. So I gotta do the old run around technique. It's a classic technique. I've done it before. It's the whole run around, hope you run into the enemy. Yep, there he is. He's hanging out in the pool. You know what? Maybe I should have let him enjoy his swim. Possibly. Yeah, well, I haven't played Chex Quest 2 or Chex Quest 3. And when I made this Megawad, I wanted to make it based off of the original. Now, I did pull some monster resources from Chex 2 and 3, but I didn't want to, I only pulled a couple just to expand it out a little bit. But I've never played Chex 2 or 3, so I didn't know which one it was, the Spider Mastermind, if there is one. So I wanted to make this, I didn't want to have any Chex Quest 2 tropes in my brain when I made this, but hopefully I'll make a Chex Quest 2 Megawatt at some point. I gotta play it first. But this is E5 M4 Cavernia Lunaria, and also known as the Moon Cave. So we're in the Moon Cave here. I always enjoy a good moon cave, you know. It's something I've fantasized about, going in a moon cave. I mean, I've fantasized about being on the moon, but specifically like a cave in the moon, you know? You ever see that before? If not, here you go. Alright, check this out. Whoa! Look at all these bad guys. They're so bad. Wait till you hear that the Chex warrior is actually the bad guy, and that the Fleamoids, this is their actual home planet. You know? And we're taking over. That's not good. But the original devs didn't want you to know that dark secret. I, however, am willing to spill the secret. The Chex people are the bad guys. You heard it here first. Gotta grab some secrets. Should also probably grab this key while I'm at it. As a little painful to watch that that shot just go right through them. I wish that didn't happen. It's just not good. It really isn't. Ran in there to activate those monsters, so they kind of like swim around a little bit, and then I'll run back there once I get another spacesuit. Which happens to be right in here. I like to put extra spacesuits at the exit of the level, so, you know, the idea is that you can't finish the level on one cycle. I mean, maybe you can. I haven't really tried to do like the one cycle or anything yet. But like, you know, you open up the exit and you can go back and kill everything. That's kind of the theme here. Because I like having that like time pressure of like having to choose which enemies you can kill and which ones are just going to take too much time, you know, that kind of stuff. So. Alright, going on to E5, M5. A lot of fives in there. Well, the thing about Chex Quest 3 is Chex Quest 3 is made for a modified Doom port called Z-Doom. So it has a lot of extra, like, gameplay features and stuff like that. I haven't played Chex Quest 2 or 3, but Chex 1 and 2 are the vanilla Doom engine. This is E5, M5. Now, Andy, did you hear about this one? Which is the last moon level. Gotta do a little platforming here. I love having platforming in Doom. Not, you know, not terribly hard, but enough to make people whine about it. When, you know, whenever I watch people play this, they love to complain about the little platforming there. Personally, as a, you know, as someone who makes games and, like, levels for other games and stuff like that, my goal is to, oftentimes, you know, I want to have people have a fun experience, but I always like to have, like, little areas that kind of throw people off, you know? I don't want people to get too comfortable, you know? Because otherwise it becomes forgettable. And, you know, when you do complain about a game or get angry about a game, you are forming more memories than if you just play a game and you don't feel that many emotions about it. So it's my little hack to get people to remember me. Please remember me. Don't forget. You might have wondered why I shot at the wall. It's because that is a wall that you cannot walk through, but it is, you know, there are enemies on the other side of it that spawn in, so I like to get a couple shots at the wall. Oh boy. Oh man. Oh, I'm just gonna save. No. Yeah. Could have been a little bit better there, but unfortunately it was not better. It was worse. All right, check this out. Got a little prison here. This guy's not doing so hot, but wait, there's more. This hallway is like just barely enough for you to get through, and sometimes you can get stuck in there. This is Max the dog with a sealed copy of the original Chex quest laying on his belly. It took a while for this picture to happen because he would usually kind of shake it off. But that is the original Chex quest. I have a sealed copy of it. I actually bought a sealed copy off of eBay just for that secret. I wanted to have a Chex quest in Chex quest secret. So I spent more money than I should have to buy a sealed copy of Chex quests just for that. So, call me crazy. Sometimes you can get an early shot on this guy before he teleports, but I failed. Once again, failure. Not only is it imminent, but it's also eminent. Alright, we're almost done with Chex Quest Goes to the Moon, and then we're going to go back to the planet Bazoik. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on your perspective. You can sometimes push this guy into the teleporter, and when that happens in the Doom engine, if you teleport onto another enemy, you can do a thing called a telefrag, where they just die instantly, basically. But it's like really random. I didn't design that to be a feature, but I've noticed that it can happen sometimes. So, you know, a little bit of a glitch there. Forgot about this guy. It's pretty cool. Here's the exit, but I'm gonna grab this gun first. I put a little extra ammo out there just for this occasion. Yep, this is a 100% speedrun, you know, you just gotta sit there and shoot these. Look at this thing. I don't know why that happened, but it's in there. Look at that. It's pretty cool. Alright. And that is Chex Quest Goes to the Moon. Now, Andy, did you hear about this one? So next, we got episode 6. Just 3 more. Episode 6 is called Checks and Balances. A little bit of armor here in the Horde. It's kind of hard to get it. So the music for episode 6 is the original Chex Quest music. However, I personally fucked it all up. So I added a lot of unnecessary and grating pitch bends and I changed all the instruments to sound worse than the original. And I'm proud of it. I like it. I'm gonna keep it. But yeah, along with art, I'm trying to get better at art, but I also am trying to get better at making music. And when I was making this WOD, I was also learning how to create MIDI compositions. And so I was testing that out by making everything in the original game sound worse. Because if I make it sound worse intentionally, then I'm immune to criticism. You can't tell me it's bad. I did it on purpose. Am I right? Back me up. Can someone back me up here? I'm just letting this Cyberdemon equivalent just take out some of these guys for me. Teleport up there, grab the red key. Clean up the rest of these fellers. Why did they decide seeing Chex R registered was more important than ammo? Now why is a good question. I don't know the answer to that. But I can speculate. And because it's funny is the answer. Coming up, sewer restraints. That's right, we got a sewer level in Chex Quest. Never underestimate the power of because it's funny. When it comes to game development, that is the most powerful thing imaginable. If you think that something is funny and you're willing to put in the effort to put it in, you have unlimited power. You can control the planet with that energy. Just using up all my rockets here, you know. I got rockets. I don't know what they're called in Chex Quest, but I like to call them rockets. You know, they blow up. You're telling me they blow up and they're not rockets? Yeah. Likely story. Got another wall monster. I love to shoot at walls. There's 2 doors you can go in. One requires the blue key, and it's like a little alternate path here. I like a non-linear level design. I love choosing my own adventure. So, if you've watched this entire speedrun so far, even if you haven't, give me a rating on my commentary. Is this good? Like 1 to 10. Or 0, if you really think a 0 is necessary. I don't think it's necessary, but if you do, you could say 0. I haven't done a marathon in a long time, so... I don't... Is this good? Is this... Do you want this? Should I just stop talking? I don't know. Help! Sometimes these guys kind of walk inward a little bit, and you can kind of get a bunch of rockets in the splash damage, but they did not do that, so I just shot the wall. Well, personally, I think Chex fucking sucks. I think the cereal sucks. I think the company sucks. I don't like anything about Chex other than this game, so... One of my reasons for making Chex Quest levels is so that I can just have a soapbox to tell everyone how much I fucking hate Chex. It's the worst cereal. It's unhealthy. They market it as healthy because they love to lie, and the FDA lets them do it. What a mess. Some of these guys can teleport right behind you if you're not careful. I like to have a lot of teleport triggers so that monsters are constantly, like, you know, zooming around, unpredictable kind of style. Eh. Chex sucks. Crispix is where it's at. I don't even know what that is. 1, it's good. As in, you're giving me a 1 out of 10? Damn. That's fucked up. I mean, that's messed up. I'm sorry. This is a kid's game. This is E6M23. This is 3. This is called the Junk Zone. That's right. We're in a landfill. You know, again, by episode 6, you know, again, there's only so many limited resources. By the 6th episode, I was running out of ideas. I'm not gonna lie to everyone. I ran out of ideas. And then it came to me. A landfill. Has anyone ever seen a landfill in Chex Quest? I don't know. I don't think so. I haven't, anyway. So here we have it. A landfill in Chex Quest. Pretty cool. You ever watch those, like, speedrunning marathons where, like, people try really hard not to swear? I think it's kind of funny, actually. I enjoy that. Oh, fudge! I'm a fan of fudge. You know. Depends on the fudge. There's a lot of cheap fudge out there that's not so great. But if you've ever had good fudge, you know, it's not bad. But just like the word fudge. In a lot of ways, the word fudge is like a lot worse than the word fuck, you know? Like just fudge. Kind of sounds like sludge, you know? Ugh, gross. Who wants to eat sludge? I certainly do. That's why we're in a landfill. Plenty of sludge. Is this funny? Does anyone find this entertaining? What do we, you know? Fudge. Haha! I don't know. This is like 2-hour run here. I'm running out of ideas. You ever got a BFG? Love a good BFG. I think the next secret is here. This commentary is awesome. Well, I disagree. Let's just say agree to disagree. Personally, I would say it's spectacular. Awesome. Like, give me a break. Awesome. This is great! No, wait, that's Frosted Flakes? Fuck! Can you believe Frosted Flakes? Like, so they took flakes, and then they put frosting on them? What the hell? And then they feed it to kids? That's crazy, man. You ever think about Frosted Flakes? What the hell's a flake? You know, this is a cereal-based game, but like I hate cereal. Like, and I don't dislike cereal. I hate cereal. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but I really do not like cereal. Like, it's just an abomination of a food product. And does anyone agree with me? It's just not good. That's the Junk Zone. Coming up next, the Big Cave. So this level's theme is that it's dark, but at the start there's a secret light visor. So now it's bright. So if you play this for the first time and you don't know about that secret, you're gonna get lost because it's dark. Don't even get me started on Kellogg. That's a subject for another day. Dr. Kellogg. So the light visor, this is like a bunch of secrets within secrets, which is a trope that I adore. I love secrets within secrets. But this area is pitch black. Like, it is the lowest possible light level allowed in the engine. I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's like 1 or 2 above that. So the light visor from another secret is somewhat mandatory for this secret. But then also, this is Max. He's a little bit of a strawberry dog. So, shoutouts to the strawberry dog. I shouldn't have shot that other shot. I thought there were more guys out here. So, this is like, without spoiling the rest of the game too much, episode 6 is like the last normal episode of Chex Quest. Now you can see how dark it is in the main level here. So, episodes 7 and 8, well, you'll see for yourself. Keep switching to guns that I don't have ammo for. Damn you, Chex logo. Registered? Alright, there's 2 guys left. Conveniently right next to each other. Amazing. Coming up is E6M5, which is get phlegm on them. For those of you that don't know, the monsters in this game are called phlegmoids. So this is get phlegm on them. This is a slaughter map here. Check this out. 2,600 phlegmoids. Some people pronounce them fleamoids. Kind of gross, you know? Fleamoid. Leaves a bad taste in my mouth. This is just a classic popcorn type level. You just get the big fucking gun and you just kill everything. That's what BFG stands for. I'm allowed to say it. But technically this is the LAZ. A large area Zorcher, so I guess I'm not allowed to say it. But I asked for permission, and, you know, they said kinda, so I'm gonna run with that. Kind of boxed myself in here. So the thing about the BFG as a weapon is it's very not straightforward in how it does damage. Like, you would assume it shoots out this big, like, oval, right? And that does damage. But that's actually not the case. The big oval doesn't really do that much damage itself. Really what happens is when the oval, like, kind of hits a wall or an enemy, it basically releases a bunch of, like, you know, just, you know, it releases some energy waves? I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And it just attacks everything on screen. So, that's why sometimes you'll see me aim the projectile at the wall. Because then it allows me to activate the actual main effect of the weapon a lot sooner. Alrighty. Couple more guys wandering around here. I'll know if I go too far when the stream cuts me. Oh, please don't. I'm sorry. This is my favorite part of speedruns, is like, whoops, I missed a guy. Let's run around in circles. Come on, guys. There we go. All right, that's episode 6, checks and balances completed. All right, for whatever reason, the text screen didn't display there, so it's a speed run. I skipped it, guys. All right, so this is episode 7, Thy Chex Consumed. And I'm just gonna let you enjoy the visuals here for a little bit, and then we'll go in there a little bit more. I wish I didn't miss those. That was an unfortunate circumstance. So, in the original Chex.wad, which again, they took Doom and they ripped out all of the Doom assets. So it's you know, it's the same engine, but the assets from Doom are all ripped out. Except they forgot to actually rip out the assets from Doom. So if you use launch parameters with the original Chex Quest, you can warp to episode 2, 3, and 4 from the Ultimate Doom. And the levels are the exact same as the Doom versions, except the texturing looks like this. So this episode is based on the aesthetic of the original Doom levels run through Chex.wad. And so that's why it looks like this, of all things. But yeah, technically, episode 2, 3, and 4 of Doom are available for free on the internet because they're in Chex.wad. The Forgotten Realm. Next up, Shred My Chex. So one of the other aspects of Chex Quest, like I said, in the original Chex.wad, you can play the original levels from Doom episode 2, 3, and 4. But a lot of custom, you know, quote-unquote custom Chex Quest levels are just like custom Doom levels that people modified to like work with Chex Quest. And as a result, this level here is an example of that. This is one of my levels from my Doom 2 Megawad called Autophagy, which is a 32 level Doom 2 Megawad. And I took a level called Shred My Eyes, and I kind of fucked it all up. And so that's what we're looking at here. So instead of taking other people's Doom levels and Chexifying them, I took my own Doom levels and Chexified them. If that makes any sense. I love that how the door kind of goes into the sky. It's one of my favorites. That's the thing about, I would consider myself well-versed in the Doom engine. And so for this episode, I used like every visual glitch that I know of how to make. So we have like doors raising into the sky, we have textures disappearing and flickering, all that kind of good stuff. And that's one thing that's very interesting about modding games, is when you understand how to get glitches to work on purpose. And I kind of just went to town here, so. Alrighty. Coming up next, Flambology presentation. Where did all the graphics go? I can't find my graphics. Nah, I'm just gonna reload that one. These enemies kind of randomly teleport around, and sometimes you get bad arrangements. But of course I saved with a certain RNG seed, so it's just gonna keep happening unless I go out of my way to change it. Or I do this. Hope this works. Yeah, so once again, if you do warp to any of the leftover Doom levels in Chex Quest, a lot of the levels just look like this. Because this blank gray texture, so like there's not that many textures in Chexters, that's funny. But there's not that many textures in Chex Quest. But they still have all the texture markers for all the Doom 1 textures. And so they just replaced all the textures that they didn't use the space for with this like blank gray kind of noise thing. And so that's why this level is just that one texture, because a lot of the leftover Doom levels do kind of look like this. So these are some wall enemies, one of my favorites, and you can use the Cyber Demon here to help you open that up, because there's some goodies behind there. Goodies such as the large area Zorcher, now only $3.99. Oh, I'm dead. That's a shame. I knew I shouldn't have got that thing on sale. I'm curious, like, what my timer is at. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna go overestimate, and I apologize for that, but, you know. I don't know, I feel like this is bad. Am I wrong? I feel like maybe I'm at like 2 hours, maybe. God forbid, like 2 hours, 10 minutes. That would be like a worst case scenario if I'm at 2 hours, 10 minutes. Nice, they just teleported in front of me. That's wonderful. Let me save her. Alright, let's try this one again. Oh, nice. I'm at 203. Thanks. This seems like a difficulty spike. Well, yeah, episode 7 and 8 are based on like relatively difficult like Doom like custom levels. So I tried to make them, you know, this isn't the difficulty you find in Chex Quest. This is more of like custom Doom level difficulty, but with the Chex Quest coat of paint. Coming up next, Too Far Gone. Now, I should say that the soundtrack for episode 7, which is this episode, which is called Thy Chex Consumed, the soundtrack here is from the PlayStation 1 and PC game called Gubble. I highly recommend looking up Gubble. I have the world record speedrun for Gubble, so that's another reason why you should look it up. But the music in Gubble is excellent. And so I pulled out all the midis and used a couple here. Don't sue me! This is a secret that lets you kill these guys with a crusher before the trap opens up, which is something I like. I like when secrets don't just necessarily give you items, but like change the dynamics of the level. I like that kind of stuff. So here's a little bit of a lift puzzle. This is the solution. Alright, now I got the yellow key. You can do a wall run off of this like weird pillar, which is cool. So this is like a trap. Basically, these guys will teleport into the level, but later. So it gives you the option here to just kill them all ahead of time, which I enjoy. For those of you that don't know what a wall run is, I should probably explain that. It's very similar to a wall rush, but actually not that similar at all. So in Doom, there are walls. I don't know how obvious that was, but there are walls. And walls at certain like angles and directions can like basically double your speed. When you run at them at a certain angle, for whatever reason, it just gives you a huge speed boost. So when you know what direction and what angles wall runs occur at, when you make levels, you can just create wall runs. And so that's what I did there. How do I imagine Doom / Chex guy wall running? I imagine the wall is, in some capacity, filled with grease of some kind. Not to be confused with the country. Anyone from Greece here? How many viewers do we got? Someone's got to be from Greece, you know? Last I looked, it was like, 200 or something. I'm sure now that I've been here for 2 hours, I'm sure it's less than 100 by now, but... Anyone from Greece? Because I'm not talking about you, so don't worry about it. But I imagine that the walls are, like, filled with grease or something greasy. Not to be confused with Grease B, which is a whole different can of worms. And that's how I imagine the speed is gained. Oh, nice, I died. I'm gonna cheat here. I don't want to spend forever. Forgot to save, so just don't worry about that. This is my game, so I'm allowed to cheat once in a while. So is everyone excited for the weekend? Huh? The weekend? Woo! Yeah! Friday night! You can tell I've run out of things to say. Nice. Alright, I gotta go grab some health. Alright, I've grabbed some health. Let's go. But I'm already at full health. I can't carry any more cartridges. We have a little sky pool. Anyone want to take a dip in the sky pool? I do. This is the longest level in the main game. I didn't say this before, but there are 7 episodes for this Megawad, and then there's an 8th episode that is like the top secret episode. But I kind of spoiled that from the jump. But, you know, it's 100%, so, you know. Of course, I'm going to play the top secret episode. But as far as the main game of Chex Quest, the Penultimate Breakfast, this is the longest level. So some slight spoilers / foreshadowing here. Alright, these guys are still hanging out. Just hanging out. Excellent. I think I got everyone. I hope. Oh, I'm just gonna... Don't worry about that. Little stream stutter, frame drops. We got these guys here just hanging out, waiting for us. Surprise party! But like I said earlier, with that one secret that killed some of these guys ahead of time, so some of the bigger guys are already dead. So it makes it a little bit easier. You just kill the fodder. Like, you know when you're playing Halo 3 matchmaking, and then like you shoot someone in the head on Guardian 1v1 with the battle rifle? Right, and then you see them die, and then they go, "Whoa!" But then, like, it just rewinds all of a sudden, and then you're the one who died. That's basically what happened. We're just 1v1ing on Guardian here, also known as Guardian. So this is a little bit of a trap room here. I'm stuck! Help! So, just, you know, some more trivia. The source port that I am using is called DSDA-Doom. And DSDA it stands for the Doom Speed Demos Archive. You can find it at DSDA Archive, you know, DSDarchive.com. So if anyone wants to throw that in the chat, you know, open it in your web browser first so you know you spelled it right. But DSDarchive is the host of all Doom speedruns. And I have over, I think it's like around 4,000 or 4,100, something around that range, Doom speedruns. Last time I did the calculation, I'm like 4% of all Doom speedruns, just by me. I don't have a life, guys. I just play this game all day, and then when I run out of things to play, I just make more levels to play, and I play my own levels. So, but yeah, so if anyone is interested, you know, feel free to check them out. And once again, my YouTube channel, I don't really stream on Twitch. I used to stream on Twitch back in the day, but I don't really do that anymore. So if you want to watch my speedruns, I usually post them on YouTube. And my YouTube channel is @DoomSpeedruns. Yeah, that's right, @DoomSpeedruns. No underscores, no X420s. @DoomSpeedruns on YouTube.com. This time I did get the permit in advance. So we're playing another round of Where the Fuck is the Last Guy? You know, where is he? I don't know. If anyone knows, let me know. I certainly don't know. There's one guy left. Where are they? I don't know. They could be anywhere, really. This is a big level. They could be in here. That's possible. They're not. Well. Interesting. It's just one friendly Fleamoid roaming around somewhere. Alright, I'm cheating. Where are they? Yeah, that's right. Cheating live on stream. Oh, there they are. What the fuck, man? I didn't even need to cheat. Now I'm embarrassed. How did you find me? I feel so embarrassed. Oh. Sometimes when you run really fast, you can skip a trigger. So right there, I was running too fast and I skipped the exit. So coming up is the final level of the non-secret game. And this is Fleamoid Flowdown. I'm also going to disable my cheats. I don't need them anymore. Cold turkey. What's with the phrase cold turkey? Does anyone know the etymology there? I'm not much of a turkey enjoyer. I don't eat meat. I'm a vegetarian, so I don't like, is there something special about cold turkey that it has to be used in other like, why not hot turkey? I'm quitting hot turkey, you know? Has anyone ever said that? Hot turkey? What about lukewarm turkey? I left it on the counter overnight. You know, my turkey. My bird. Just left him on the counter. Overnight. Lukewarm. There's just a shitload of bad guys here. It's always fun. So once again, like, the whole theme of this episode is that all the levels look glitchy as hell. And I feel like this one's pretty decent when it comes to looking like garbage. Like, that's the thing. When you want to look like garbage, it's like a free pass. I usually take that mantra in my personal life. I often aspire to look like garbage. I don't know if anyone knows what I look like. It's possible that there's a picture of me on the screen. I don't know if that's true. I hope not, honestly, because I would... Woof. I don't want anyone to see me, you know. I'm ugly. I'm like SpongeBob in that one episode where he's ugly. Has anyone seen that? So right here are a bunch of the wall enemies, and I just stacked them on top of each other. And what happens when enemies are stacked on top of each other is they get stuck, which means they can't actually do anything. Unless they're like, you know, sometimes you can kill some of the guys around them and then they get unstuck, but they still can't move. But either way, I just wanted to make a bunch of these walls, and you're stuck behind them on this side. And the reason for that is because I wanted it to be like an ammo thing. If you waste your ammo on the walls, you'll get nowhere and you will run out for these guys. But also, you know, you can run around and get the ammo and clear a path. But then it also requires a little bit of pre-knowledge, or you can just use the map, to know what pathing you want to carve out. So this is like, you know, this is like me playing Minecraft, basically. Don't worry about that. It's a little stream buffer. Just a little buffer. Just buff right out. You know, don't worry about it. Just using a disc doctor over here. Dr. Disc. The disc doctor? I'm not a fan of disc doctors. I don't know. Is that controversial? Nah, fuck you. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just cheating here. I don't want to go too far over estimate. And like I said, I only slept 1 hour last night, so I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm like ready to pass out. So, you know, Hey, what are you gonna do? Just a little bit unprofessional. But, you know, at the same time, I was watching the stream earlier, and I saw what was going on with Mario. So I feel like I've got a little bit of wiggle room in cheating in my own game. It's also my own game, so I'm allowed to cheat. I make the rules here, and by that I mean I wouldn't cheat. I'm against cheating, and it was a frame buffer. So there's a little bit of a path that I carved out, and I got the blue key. So what happens when you get the blue key? This opens up. Whoa, what's this? It's a trap, and it spawns in some cyber demons on the other side of this cluster of wall guys. So what that means is that the cyber demons, if you're standing like right up here, they will shoot at you, but instead they will shoot at the walls. So this is my solution when it comes to not wanting to force people to like actually shoot all of these walls. Is when you just stand here and kind of kill these guys from a distance, the cyber demons will carve out a path from the other side for you. Got to clean up these guys because they can get stuck here a little bit. There's a teleport trigger here, but that usually takes too long. So I like to just go there and kill them. What happens when the walls are destroyed and the cyber demons are still there? Well, hopefully you didn't waste all your ammo, and then that's where you kill them. But if you made incorrect decisions and you wasted your ammo, that's where you would die and reset, or cheat. Both of those are available. Backing up here to grab some extra ammunition. So it might not look like it, but this is peak level design. The further in you get, the more likely, the closer you are to enemies, the more likely they are to shoot at you. So the closer we get in here, the more likely it is for the cyber demons to shoot at me, which means it increases their likelihood of killing these guys with me. So what I like to do here is I just like to carve a little spot in the middle, get them a little aggressive. You ever hear the term aggroed? What does that mean? Aggressive? That's not a word. What is aggressive? Yeah, these guys are aggressive right now. Bullshit, that's not a thing. They're not aggressive. That's not real. And of course there's ammo on the other side so you can get your little janitorial duty done. And here's the exit. I'm not sure if anyone can hear it, but Max the dog, previously featured in Chex Quest, the Penultimate Breakfast, is currently, he's being a dog. I'm not sure if that's audible, but he is woofing it up, I'll tell you that much. So, once again, I got one more episode here, and it is the secret episode. And for the secret episode, which is called Blank Chex, well, you'll see for yourself. But of course, on the main menu, there's no actual text here. So this is why it's a secret episode. It's just a blank space called Blank Chex. Huh? Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. So for the secret episode, I wrote all the music myself. So if you think it sounds like shit, let me know. And if you think it sounds good, also let me know. But most of this, I've just been using the original Chex Quest music or altered versions or just from other games. But I wanted the secret episode to have a little bit of a unique touch to it. So you may see this area and think, wait a second, what's going on here? And I'm not going to answer that question. I apologize. I love when you get those double kills. Just feels good. Sometimes you get a triple kill. Triple kill. Am I right? Where are the gamers at? Raise your hand if you're a gamer. Lowercase g. Capital M. What the hell is going on? So, once again, this is a carve-out from the Moon episode, which means this section is damaging. Which means I basically have one radiation suit to clear everything, otherwise I just gotta take the hits. Gotta go back and get some rounds. Where you have some guys shooting through the blank walls. I love damaging floors, let me tell you. Maybe I'll write a book about damaging floors one day. So that's where the monsters teleport from, so if you know where they are, you can just shoot through that wall and kill them. But, also, when it comes to the time, this episode takes maybe about, on a good day, somewhere between 25 to 30 minutes. And I'm already 3 minutes in, so subtract, do some math there. It's not looking good, folks. It's not looking good, let me tell you. This is a horrible performance. I got stage fright. I looked at the viewer count before the run. I freaked out. I'm not gonna lie, everybody. I am currently sitting in a puddle of my own shame because of stage fright. I got stage 4 stage fright. It's not good, people. It's not good at all. I love walls with health. So I have like really low health here, so this kind of sucks. I can make that. Not if I get stuck. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, this guy shot me. All right, let's go. Let's go. We got this. No, don't shoot me. Don't shoot me, bro. Oh, he shot me. We killed each other. It's over. It's done. I quit. I'm a loser. Oh! I'm in a death loop. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. I should have planned ahead. Maybe there's some health in here. Nah, there's no health in there. It's a fool's errand. Jesus. Only a couple shots here, just not... Okay, there we go. In my defense, this is kind of hard, so, you know. Alright, there we go. Oh, there's some health right there. The last enemy. They might be somewhere in here. Yes, they are. Okay. Ah! I'll take 1%. That makes things more interesting. All right, blank checks number 2. So if you haven't noticed it by now, if you're just tuning in, episode 8 is the secret episode. It's called Blank Checks, and basically what it is it's a shuffling of all the levels in every other episode, and some of the progression is different. But basically what I did is I copy and pasted a bunch of different levels and kind of intertwined them, and you know, it's cool. The game is breaking down. Can barely function anymore. Got a little bit of a secret there. It's the only one. Well, here's all the episode names, just if anyone wants to see the puns. I mean, there's a couple puns. Checks and balances, thy checks consumed, blank checks. You know, I gotta save some of the puns for the sequel, so. Yep. Check this out, dude. It's Chex Quest, the penultimate breakfast for personal computers everywhere. For those of you that don't understand, thy checks consumed in the Ultimate Doom, which is the retail version of the first Doom game, it has a 4th episode, which is called Thy Flesh Consume. So, there you go. Explained. That's a YouTube video for you. Chex Quest, the penultimate breakfast, explained. Capital X, no E. Alright, we got 3 levels left. I'd like to take this opportunity to once again thank everyone for letting me play this game on a marathon. I haven't done any of these marathons in about maybe 7 years or so, it's pretty fun so far. I'm not done yet. Could get worse. But so far it's pretty fun, it's enjoyable, I'm having a good time. Once again, I'm also running off of 1 hour of sleep last night. I went to bed early, and then I accidentally hurt myself, and I had trouble getting comfortable sleeping. So not only did I get 1 hour of sleep, but my back hurts, and that's a shame. And I'm getting old, and those are all my excuses for why I'm playing like shit. But either way, hopefully you enjoy. So enjoy present tense. No ED here. Perfectly functional. But also, like, you know, I've said this before, but I don't really stream. So if you do want to check me out, my YouTube channel is @DoomSpeedruns. I usually try to post there at least once a day. I love to spam the internet with mediocre speedruns of my favorite game. Also, I'm going to die. Just gonna, you know, just bear with me here. I'm just exploring the game's features, also known as cheating. But don't worry about that. Let's save here. Let's stop the cheats. Let's get serious, as Rockman X would say. It's time to get serious. I guess that's what Mega Man X would say. Right, that door's non-existent. I forgot. That door actually doesn't go anywhere. I forgot what level I'm in. I've got long-term memory loss from sleep deprivation. My recreational sleep deprivation. Yep, I had my whole night figured out. I was going to go to bed early. I was going to get plenty of sleep so that I could do this speed run for all the wonderful viewers. And then I hurt my back somehow. I don't really remember it happening, but I twisted in some way. And I've been suffering ever since. And it was hard to sleep. I kept waking up, so I really only got an hour of sleep. And yeah, I was considering just not showing up, you know, but you know, I can't do that to people. I got a 3-hour run here. I can't do that to people. But it does, you know, I got to defend myself from this awful gameplay. This is hard to watch. I'm watching as much as I can, but that's the thing about playing the game is while I'm playing it, I'm also watching it, and so, you know, it's the worst of both worlds. I'm playing Chex Quest: The Penultimate Breakfast. Ugh. And I'm watching this gameplay. Ah! The worst. But yeah, a lot of these maps are a little grindy, because again, they're secret levels, and when it comes to secret levels in any kind of game, any secret areas, I love to just kind of fuck the formula up. You know, I'd love to just kind of mess with the, you know, expectations, and in one of these, you know, in this episode here, I kind of just have a lot of these, like, grindy encounters where you're just kind of shooting into hordes over and over again until they all die, which I enjoy this gameplay. A lot of people don't necessarily enjoy, like, the more grindy shoot-'em-up gameplay, but if that's the case, like, don't play it, you know. It's just, no, but I'm playing it, so for your pleasure. Shooting myself here in the foot, actually, if you can imagine. One of these cubes has some ammo. There you go. Alright, we got 2 more guys. Some people call them dudes. We got 2 more dudes. Some people call them monsters. I think it's a little rude, don't you? A little rude to the dudes to call them monsters. Hey, what do I know? There's a secret here somewhere, yeah? Yeah, these 2 guys, they're just... There we go. Okay, they're somewhere. Including right there. Max the dog, who is my best friend in the world, just threw a tennis ball in my immediate vicinity, and I thought I was going to die. But fortunately I'm alive, so Hi, everyone. I'm alive. I'm still alive. Oh. Oh. Etc. So once again, this is the 4th level, also known as the penultimate level of the Penultimate Breakfast. Yeah, alrighty. Okay, that's not bad. It could have been better, but it could have been worse, so it's not bad. Still got 160 health, that's good. So the theme of this level specifically is it goes through all of the M5s of episode 1 through episode 7. And you may be wondering, why is episode 8 M4 going through all the M5s? And you will find out on the next episode of Chex Quest, the Penultimate Breakfast, coming soon. By next episode, I mean level. This is the last episode. You know, I was just making a joke. It wasn't really a great joke. It wasn't even really a joke, actually. It's more of a reference than a joke. But hey, what are you gonna do? Not laugh? I can't even see if you laugh or not, so I'm not affected by that. Go ahead. Don't laugh at me. Or laugh at me. Whatever you want. I don't, you know. It's up to you. Look at these guys. They just came out of the floor. How the hell does that happen? That's crazy. Oh yeah, I gotta go press the switch. I forgot about that. Yeah, I fired a little early there, unfortunately. So I just shot at the wall and wasted my rounds. Singular round. I only wasted one. Alrighty. So yeah, this level, when you get to the end of it, there is a teleporter that sends you all the way back to the start. And then there's more monsters. So this level has like a little bit of like a New Game Plus kind of vibe, but just in one level. And so for the speedrun route, what you want to do is you just want to rush through, you know, just avoid killing as many guys as you can. And then kill everything on the second loop after, like when you rush through each section, what happens is that the enemies are going to like eventually shoot each other while you're running around. So that will basically kill a lot of enemies by themselves, so you don't have to actually do it, and therefore you save ammo in that environment. And also, when you go through the second loop, which I'm currently at, more guys show up. So, pretty cool. Alrighty. The green cubes are invulnerability spheres, but I want to save that for when I'm done killing all these floaters. And I guess this is a floater too. It's a different floater. You ever get floaters in your eyeballs? I got floaters right now. They're floating around. I love that people call them floaters, you know? That's what they do. They float around your vision. I got eye damage. My eyes are damaged. Not as good as they used to be. And to be honest, they were never that good. Sometimes I like to play video games with my glasses off And that's my form of doing a blind speed run. Because I can't see. I can't see without my glasses. I just can't. I wish I could. I just can't. What's the deal with glasses anyway? Like, I was born with fucked up eyes, and now I gotta pay some, like, tax to private corporations just to be able to see. Why do glasses cost so much money? You know? Anyone ever think about that? It's a little crazy, you know? Just a little bit. It's a lot of ammo, but there's also a lot of guys to kill. Funnily enough, this map does not have the highest monster count. Though, that said, I think it's got the highest amount of, like, non-fodder enemies, you know? Like, so, like, some of these guys will take, like, one shot to kill every time, right? But I think this has the highest amount of non-fodder enemies, so, like, mid-tier and boss-type enemies. So it is, de facto, the longest level, for that reason. But it does not have the highest monster count. So I'd like to ask what my timer is at, but I'm a little scared. Is it like 2:30 maybe? If we're in the 2:30 range, then I'm gonna need to see a dentist. Oof. I apologize. I'm at 2:47. Oh no! Oh, you shouldn't have said that. Maybe I'll skip the last level. Who needs it? So what I'm trying to do is lure some of these guys into a spot where I can shoot them without getting killed. And then that allows me to press on this wall. So that's one thing about making your own levels for games and stuff like that, is you can just put secrets in that are obscure and then no one knows where they are except you. So like whenever you play your own games, it's like, wow, this is the easiest thing in the world. And then everyone else is like, oh, it's too hard, man. I don't have enough bullets to ammo starvation, I keep dying. And it's like, why don't you just go to the secret? You know, that random wall that you just click on and then you get everything you need. Come on. It's not that hard. In Chex Quest, they changed the key strings for the cheat codes. And I'm not going to lie to you, I don't know any of them. I don't know any of the cheat codes for Chex Quest. So I literally, functionally could not cheat to have infinite health because I don't know what it is. I'm a goddamn poser. Really, and I'm just coming clean. I've been holding this in for a long time. I'm a poser. I don't know what the hell's going on. I wish I did, frankly. And my name's not even Frank, but I wish I did. Did anyone see the internet stutter? Nah, I said that too many times. It's not funny anymore. I'm losing it. Alright, that's all those dudes. What up, dudes? It was funny the first time, it'll be funny the 12th time? Well, that's relief. I was worried there. Alright, last level is combing up. However, it appears I've missed some enemies, so I gotta go back to the start and run through again. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is wonderful. This is good stuff. Premium. Unleaded. Speedruns. Where the hell? Oh, here they are. The floaters, I got stuck in here. Alright, those are all the guys. Now we got one level left. You know, I hope the organizers aren't mad at me for going overestimate. To be honest with you, I expected better of myself. And I shouldn't have. I really shouldn't have. I know myself. I know myself better than anyone else. Why the hell would I have expected anything other than this? Alright, last level, blank Chex 5. If anyone wants to know what the map looks like. If you're human, humans make mistakes, no biggie. See, that's the problem, is I'm not a human. I'm subhuman. Or as I like to call myself, proto-human. Because it reminds me of proto-man. And proto-man is cool. So yeah, the eyeballs and the mouth of this level are floors that very slowly move up and down. And as they slowly move up and down, they release more enemies into the environment. And also, you want to climb them up as well. You want to ride the eyeballs up, because that allows you to get onto the nostrils. Who puts invisible monsters in a level that's pitch fucking black? Stupid garbage. One thing that's cool about Doom is you can play the game without the keyboard. So, I'm gonna do it right now. Mouse only. In Doom, you can move your character with the mouse because there's no looking up and down. So sometimes I like to do Doom speedruns mouse only, because it makes the movement a little bit more difficult. Sometimes I like to eat Cheetos while I do mouse only runs. You know, gotta do something with that other hand. Otherwise, it's too tempting to put it back on the keyboard. Just like I'm doing now. I don't want to do this with one hand. I'm just showing off some gameplay here. Just a little bit of gameplay. A little bit, not too much. Does anyone know who made this? I'd like to have a word. If possible. Oh, shot myself. Oh, I'm gonna kill myself. That is not good. I'm gonna save here just in case. These invisible enemies. What the hell, man? It's too dark. I can't see. Alrighty. So these guys are cleared. And now, we gotta wait for the cycles. We all love waiting for cycles, don't we? Well, check this out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cool cycles. Alright. And now, I present to you the second part of the level. But yeah, I will be done within 5 minutes. So, unless something goes catastrophically wrong, you know, like my computer shuts down or something. Which could happen. You never know. That kind of stuff happens all the time. You ever get the random shutdown? Just turns itself off? Like, what the hell? You've been postponing those updates for too long. Here there's a power-up that makes it light outside. You can finally see. But yeah, while we're winding down here, once again, I'd like to say thank you all for watching me play my own game. That's cool. That's fun. Thank you to the Fangame Marathon organizers for doing this Fangame Marathon for Fangames. That's cool. I don't know which one this is, but I signed up for this one because it sounded cool. So, keep up the good work. And, yeah. So now we're just kind of waiting to kill the rest of these dudes. Oh shit, I'm getting shot. I shouldn't stand still and look at the chat room. Now when these guys are afoot. Holy. These guys are dangerous. I gotta watch out. I'm scared. Alright. I'm just gonna press a couple buttons. Don't worry about that. Ah! Alright, just, don't mind me. Just playing at 1000% speed, you know. Just trying to live a little. How tough am I? I'm so tough that I need to cheat to beat my own game. Beat that, weenie. Saved this invulnerability here for the cleanup. Alright, so there's 2 leftovers. And they could be anywhere. Right here. Yeah, so just, I'm pretty much done now. Once again, thank you all for watching. You can follow me on YouTube. I don't really stream, so don't bother following my Twitch account. Unless you want to just follow my Twitch account anyway to make me feel good. But my YouTube channel is @DoomSpeedruns, youtube.com/@DoomSpeedruns. They put the @ symbol in the URL. What the hell were they thinking, man? Who does that? But they do that apparently. So I try to upload a new Doom speedrun every day. I mostly play custom levels, and I also make levels. I've got a couple hundred Doom levels that you can find if you like that kind of stuff. And I've got this Chex Quest, the Penultimate Breakfast. So if anyone out there wants to go take a look, that would be cool. And let me know if you like them. But the exit is right here. Just you know, speed this up a little bit here. Just, all right, time. Hello, time. It's over. Just hit the space bar twice. Get it back to 0. We don't need to know. Just quick. 12 minutes. Oh, man. Oh. But wait. There's more. Alright, there you go, everybody.
Alright, well, thank you for the run. Even though I went over estimate, it was still a pretty nice display of the game.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you for being nice to me and protecting my feelings.
Yeah, no problem. A lot of nice secrets, developer playthrough of the game is always nice.
Well, not this time. Are we live? Can they hear us?
They can hear us. I'm about to transition out, though.
Alright, good.
Alright, up next we have Pigeon with Reimu no Ken, No Fly, No Bullet. This one's a pretty special one, so do make sure to keep an eye out for it. And we'll see you in a couple minutes.